Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guror Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Guror Navaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namaya Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Chunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pango Maumandamatirgati Masarvasya Padambhojau Radha Madara Mohano Devya Vrindaranya Kalpadramadaha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishta Lebi Sevya Mano Smarami Sriman Rasarasarambhe Vamshi Vatatatastitha Karshan Venu Swaner Gopi Gopi Nadas Sriyastunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupaswarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now we'll go to the second story. This is a story of deep knowledge and a story of realization, and this is the summary of Uddhava Gita. The next story is summary of Uddhava Gita, what Krishna told. And also we'll understand why Krishna told this Gita to Uddhava. What was his purpose? Why he told Uddhava to go to Badarikashram. All these things will be revealed from this wonderful story. So, as we discussed in the first story, Bhagavad Gita is a song sung by Krishna. Actually, the Supreme Lord, whenever he speaks, it will be like a song only, because it is told in the spirit. Even when we go to spiritual world, when we go to Goloka, suppose if you want to sing a song in this world, really you have to make so much effort. You have to know the Shruti, Laya, Tala, and the voice should be good, it should be melodious, many things. But in the Goloka, Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priyasaki. Katha Ganam is your speaking itself is a singing. How beautiful it is. So you are just speaking, but it appears as if you are singing. You are walking, but it appears as if you are dancing. So beautiful. So that is the spiritual world, that is Goloka. So here, then, if a person who are there in that, the speaking itself is song, then what about the case, the situation where who is in charge of spiritual world? Wherever he is not only there, wherever he speaks, it will be like a song. So that's why Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. Song of God. And but here when it is Uddhava Gita is mentioned, it is not the song of Uddhava, but ultimately Uddhava is going to sing in front of somebody. Krishna has some intentions. That's why he made, it has become famous as Uddhava. And Uddhava, he requested that I can't really stay without you. In this world I can't stay without you. So please take me also. But Krishna said, no, that is not there is something I want you to perform on my behalf. On my behalf. He said that though he asked, Uddhava asked, please do that. Krishna did not do that. Whereas he advised, my dear Uddhava, please leave this place from here, and whatever I am going to tell, take it, and also take sannyas, and then go to Badrikashram. Go to Badrikashram. And he said that you move in the world out of mercy and finally reach to Badrikashram. That is his advice. So Acharyas explained why Lord Krishna, he asked, please, I want to go with you. But Krishna said, stay till end of Kali Yuga. Why did he say? So the Acharya has given a great insight into that. Krishna felt before instructing this that he has spent 125 years on this earth, and he started pondering himself, thinking himself. He said that those who wanted with great attachment to see me, I have blessed everybody, and just to bless the devotees only, I came to this world and reduce the burden also, and including Rukmini, I have just married 16,108 princes and gave them very happiness. I killed so many demons, and I moved to various places like Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka, Hastinapur, Mithila. Like that, I went to various places and also mingled and gave pleasure to all friends and relatives. And not only on this earth, I have even gone to the different planetary systems. I went and to bring my spiritual master's son, I went to Yamaloka and given darshan to Yamaraj. And also I went to Sutala also, because when my mother asked to see her daughter, her sons, I went all the way to Sutala Loka and give darshan to Bali Maharaj. And for purpose of the Parijata Vriksha, I went to the heavenly planets. So in this, and when I wanted to bring the sons of Brahmana, I even went to Mahavaikuntha. There the Nanda, Sunanda, Sudarshana, so many people are given. So he has not only on the earth, he has gone to different, because that is a very rare. Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam, that is very rare. It's only once in a day of Brahma. So when he came, he ensured that he met everybody. And Brahmaloka on the word, the Brahmaloka, they themselves came to see Krishna. So he has given darshan to everybody. But he felt that I have fulfilled everybody's, but he has not given darshan to Naranarayan, because he has a strong desire. Naranarayan, and there are so many associates, Paramahamsas, because Naranarayan was interest was only to show the tapasya, how to tapasya, and following there are so many Paramahamsas in Badrikashram. I could not go there because he was strongly, Naranarayan Rishi, they were all constantly aiming to see me, but I could not go. And I was busy with 125 years of my pastimes. I was busy with so many activities, but I could not go there. So I had to fulfill this whatever. So Uddhava is almost equal to me. Uddhava is equal to me. So I'll send him on my behalf. And I'll give this knowledge. Now, because all these Paramahamsas, they are looking for the highest knowledge. Narayana Rishi, actually, though he is a supreme personality guided, he has incarnated to show what is tapasya. And he has shown what is meant by austerity. So, he wants to receive this knowledge. So, I will send Uddhava. Uddhava is equal to me, and he is the perfect recipient. He is a perfect person to receive the knowledge about me. So, he felt that that's why I will give this knowledge. And he will go to Badrikashram and he will give this knowledge. And he will also explain them what is the way of serving Supreme Personality of Godhead in me. And he will let them know that the highest, greatest opulence is pure devotional service unto me, the Supreme God. And when all the Paramahamsas, they come to know this, then all their desires will be fulfilled. So the Krishna felt like this. That's why when the moment Uddhava came, of course, it is not that Krishna is thinking, and he knows that Uddhava is going to ask, come and ask, and he wanted to entrust with this task. So that's why at the end the greatest knowledge is revealed to him, so that he would be the Krishna's emissary, and Krishna Duta, so that till end of Kali Yuga they will be able to understand the Krishna's the Krishna Tattva. So with this purpose, Krishna chose Uddhava and delivered this knowledge. When the Uddhava came to him to give him the boon of taking with him, that Krishna did not do that, but he has done. And during discussion, of course, this Uddhava Gita is very, very elaborate, and one should really deeply study it. So many days, so many months, so many years, constantly, and meditate and pray to Krishna and Uddhava, Narayana Rishi, so that the knowledge is revealed in your heart. Because it is any subject matter, any of spiritual matter, is not the subject matter of simply hearing and understanding. It has to get revealed. So when you have the greatest urge to get it realized, and one will be blessed with that. So here in the story we are going to discuss in summary. That's why I told summary of Uddhava Gita, this story. And Krishna is talking about Sakama Karma, so the nature of Sakama Karma. Sakama Karma is essentially the Sa plus Kama. Kama means desire. Karma means activity. So any activity which is being done with the intention of getting something is called Sakama Karma. Of course, we see that any activity that we do, we have some end expectation. But generally the Sakama Karma will refer to having a desire for great opulence in the heavenly planets. They want to take a good birth, they will go to heavenly planets. For that people do a lot of tapasya, they do a lot of pujas, they do a lot of yajnas, lot of dana. These are called Sakama Karma. If somebody is doing, I want to get pure devotional service, that is not called Sakama. For example, we are doing that, let there be auspiciousness in the world. So this is not Sakama Karma. This is, we are welfare activity. Like Sanatana, Shaunaka Rishi, when they are doing the Naimisharanya, so that is not Sakama Karma. But somebody else is doing to go to the heavenly planet, that is called Sakama Karma. And Krishna started giving that, giving this, the activities which are aimed at sense gratification, they should be completely shed off. And people intelligently should take only the activities which will give spiritual progress and spiritual enlightenment. And a person who has taken up such type of activities which are aimed at only spiritual enlightenment, spiritual emancipation, and such person, he should see that a very authentic, very bona fide spiritual master is taken shelter, the very man. And because the spiritual master is non-different from me, so anybody who is interested in spiritual progress should take the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And he may be having wives, children, home, etc., everything, there is no problem, but he should keep his final goal in front, and he should not be indifferent, but he should be very careful about all his activities. And by doing the Sakama Karma, one may go to the heavenly planets, but the result of that is going to be destroyed. And the fear of death fear of death will never be destroyed by this sakama karma. So even Brahma is also having a fear of death. So whereas the people who are having the attachment to the sakama karma, they had to fear me as a death personified. So in that way, Lord Krishna has given a great details about the sakama karma, and then he also gave details about baddha and mukta jiva. So we say that a living entity is not really, it is actually free from in the original form, in the Swarupa Sthiti, is free from birth, death, old age and disease. Birth, death, old age, these are only pertaining to body, not to the soul. And the soul is sometimes called baddha and sometimes called mukta. What is this? So Krishna started telling him that it is called when the living entity is endowed with vidya, is called mukta jivi, and if it is surrounded by avidya, and it's called baddha jivi. And the person who is freed from sense enjoyment, vishaya vancha, contamination. If he has a strong desire for vishaya vancha, then when he is freed, he will never consider himself as a doer, because he understands very well. He understands very well the actual enjoyer is within the heart. In the Bhagavad Gita, as it is mentioned, Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta. The personality who is actually the enjoyer is within the heart, and actually he is the doer. So a person who understands this will never consider himself as a doer. Whereas the persons, those who are not having any knowledge, ajnani, he considers himself as a doer. The doer is actually gunas. Only the modes of material nature is actually doer, but a conditioned soul thinks that he is the actual doer, whereas the liberated person, he feels and he understands that he is not the doer. And and he also gives for the liberated souls, only myself is the actual shelter. Myself is only shelter, and anybody is getting the association of such devotees is only the way to come out of this material world. And he says that if somebody is not taking the association of the devotees who consider Krishna as a personality, as the greatest shelter, for him there is no chance for him to come out of the material world. And Krishna started also saying about the pure devotional service of the Brajvasis. So just imagine how he is even at that last moment. When the last moment he is talking about Brajvasis very carefully. He wanted to give that message. He was good. And he started saying that what is the benefit of devotee association? In the pure devotees association, first thing that comes out is the person gets detached from the sense gratification. First effect, if somebody is not becoming freed from sense gratification, means he is not taking the association of the devotees. Because pure devotees will ensure that all our activities should be towards fulfilling the desires of Krishna. Because they know that if anything which is being done for our purpose, that is called kama, and anything which is being done for Krishna, that is prema. They know very well. So Krishna is saying that if somebody gets the association of pure devotees, that makes me to become even surrendered or become favorable to that devotee. So how to really win over me, how to really conquer me, is to take association of pure devotee. If somebody says that I want to do yajna, I want to do tirtha yatra, I want to do lot of tapasya, and I want to do tirtha yatra, I want to follow rules and regulations, you do whatever, but you will, I will not become pleased with you, and I will not surrender myself to you. Krishna is saying, only when you really associate. And to give this to give an example, Krishna started to Uddhava. Just imagine in the Braja, the gopis, the Vrindavana, all the cows, even the gopis about coming to devotees, and cows are like animals, and Yamalarjuna trees, they are to the Stavaras, and there are so many animals and creepers, and even the snakes like Kaliya, all because of the great attachment towards me, they got the Siddhi. Means Sthirachara Vrijinagnam, that's what it's told. Sthirachara Vrijinagnam. Krishna ensured that Susmita Srimukhena, by his smiling face, he has delivered in Vrindavan. Why he has delivered? Because they all got attached to Krishna. So even before going to his spiritual abode, Krishna was talking about Brajavasis. Not only Brajavasis, he is talking about the cows, he is talking about the trees, he is talking about even Kali also he is talking about. Just imagine. Kali also he talked about, and also talked about the trees, like Yamalajuna trees. And he was saying that all these Vrindavanas, Brajavasis, they were so much attached to him, so much so that they even did not bother about the etiquette, they did not bother about their bodies, they did not bother about the requirements of the body. That is called the topmost. And finally he said that to Uddhava is by very attentively serving the spiritual master, one should develop the Ekanta Bhakti, and with that you will be getting a axe. Axe is called Jnana. It's called acts of Jnana. With that you have to, samsara vriksha should be cut, and after that, once you get the pure love, you have to remove, you have to just throw out the acts of the knowledge also. When the love comes, then acts of knowledge has no work, because all the tree is broken, is cut. In that way he has given, Krishna has given the great pure devotional service of the Brajavasis. Then he has gone into little more details about yoga and yoga siddhi, and he was talking about, and there he is mentioning that all the yoga siddhis are under his control. He said that there are 10 types of Gauna siddhis, there are 8 types of very top yoga siddhis. He says that for example, somebody is not having hunger or thirsty. Oh, sometimes we see that this Baba never ate for 1 year. Oh, he's a god. But Krishna is the lowest, third class siddhi. There are 10 types of that siddhis are there. Gauna siddhi. So by this Gauna siddhi, people perform it and people consider them as, oh, he's a god. 1 month, he did not eat anything. 1 year, he did not eat anything. He's a great god. But Krishna is a siddhi. So Krishna gave a very elaborate. For example, even if you don't eat, drink, not feeling anything, number 1. And understanding that you are far away from a particular scene, but understanding what is happening there. So they will foretelling, oh, okay, somebody is going to come to your home and you will be doing this. Oh, he's a god. Krishna is also a siddhi. And traveling with the speed of mind and taking whatever desired form. For example, that Putana, when she came, she obtained a very beautiful form, like that's called. And entering into the other's body, that Parakaya Pravesham. There is a dead body is there, and entering that body and making it and behaving there. parakaya pravesham, and ichha maranam, that whenever wanted leaving the body, like Bhishma Pitamaha, ichha maranam, whenever they want, and able to see, okay, we see that apsaras are and demigods, they are enjoying in the Nandanavana, but I am able to see how they are doing it. There is also siddhi. You can't go there, but you can see. And whatever desired getting fulfilled, and unlimited, uninterrupted, unlimited and uninterrupted authority. Whatever you say, thousands of people follow. They will not take objection. This is also a siddhi. Krishna says that these are all 10 very lowest quality siddhis, all coming from me only. And other thing is very top. There are 8 are very top. That is Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Prapte, Prakamya, Ishita, Vashita, Kama, Vasaita. These are all are very, very, because these are whatever earlier 10 are taken by demons, demonic people. Whereas this top 8, even Krishna also takes. For example, Mahima Siddhi, becoming heavier than the heaviest. He has demonstrated that when he was sitting at the age of 1 year in the lap of mother, suddenly he became very heavy. So mother has to take him out and sit because he wanted to perform. That's called Mahima Siddhi. So if Krishna is taking, he cannot take a very Gauna Siddhi. He will take top Siddhi. Similarly, when this the will god, that is Putana, Shakatasura, and the person he took onto the sky. Again, he has become very heavy. The will demon, when he become will wind demon, become too heavy. So that is also Mahima Siddhi. Even Baladam, when he was trying to kill Pralambasura, he also has taken this Mahima Siddhi. So the only God can take this, whereas remaining people. In this way, Krishna was started explaining about yoga paddhatis, and he also started telling about. So these all come very, very elaborate in the discussion, and he talks about vibhuti in different forms, how he is expanding. For example, he said, "I am the super soul in everybody. I am the," like he told to Arjuna, he told to Uddhava also. Uddhava also he said that. And of all pious rivers, I am Ganges, and of all Oshadhi, I am Yava. Yavadhanya. Yavadhanya means barley, basically. Oshadhi nam aham Yava. That's why if you want to be very healthy, if you want to stay healthy, you can take barley juice at least once in a day or twice in a day. Because Krishna himself said, Oshadhi nam aham Yava. Of all Oshadhis, I am Yava. So you can nicely convert the this one. And in this way he has also told various. And of all Dhanurdharis is Lord Shiva, he mentioned. And he has told that of all Dhanurdharis, Lord Rama, he told in the to Arjuna, whereas he has told here that Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva also performed a great activity of destroying the Tripura. When he has become Tripurari, actually he has performed great. So he has mentioned here. And then he has given a great details about Varnashrama. Varnashrama process also he has given detail. And in that one important topic I wanted to bring to your notice. Actually he has given details about what are the qualities by Brahmanas, what is quality of Kshatriya, what is qualities of Shudras, and these are Varnashrama, and those who are out of Varnashrama, what are their qualities. And for all Varnashrama, different people have different, but there are some common. Common are like this. The non-violence is common for everyone, whether Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra or Vaishya. For them, the common is non-violence. And speaking truth, that Satya is also common for everybody. And having morality is also common. And the feeling of welfare for other people, others, is also common for everybody. And freedom from Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. So he has given 5 things what he mentioned is a common for. whether it's Brahmana, whether Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. There are 4 common. And he mentioned one important point, that the Acharya should be served just like Krishna. He said that Acharya should be served just like me, because Acharya ma vijaniyam. He mentioned very, very important message they come. So he should not be considered as an ordinary person, and one should not show any asuya towards him, because Sarvadeva Mayo Guru, and all, because when you are serving Acharya means you are actually serving 33 crores of demigods. Do you understand this? So never waste time by going to Acharya and spiritual master and saying, somebody is giving my problem. Don't waste time, because you are approaching 33,000 demigods that fulfill you. Simply go and serve him to your capacity and be. Don't waste opportunity. So because Sarvadeva Mayo Guru, Krishna is saying that. And in this way he has given, and also he has given one more, what is Yama, what is Niyama. There he has given 12 Yama and 12 Niyama. If somebody can really follow these 12 Yama and 12 Niyama, 24, whatever they want to have desire in the world, they will be fulfilled. Krishna given wonderful. He has given 24. These 24, 12 are Yama and 12 are Niyama. So by following this 24, all the desires in this spiritual world, in this world, it can be fulfilled. There is for example, the non-violence, speaking truth, not stealing others' property, detachment, humbleness, not accumulating nature, and complete faith in the dharma, and brahmacharya, keeping silence and keeping confidence, and patience and fearlessness. These are called Yama. These are called 12 Yama. And the Niyamas are chanting. One is cleanliness inside, cleanliness outside, chanting Harinam, Tapasya, Yajna, Shraddha, and giving Atithya, inviting the guests, and Krishna's worship, and going to the Tirthakshetras, and also working only for welfare of outsiders, satisfaction, and spiritual master service. These 12 are called Niyama. So if following the 12 plus 12, Krishna has given perfect path, that if you take this 24, start doing one by one, and all desires will be fulfilled. So in this way he has given beautiful. And also finally he gave a great details about pure devotional service. In the pure devotional service, he said one important point, that unless and until one is not freed from sakama karma, unless until one is freed from sakama karma, unless until one don't develop a taste for Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smara. Till then he has to follow the Veda Desham. But whatever the Vedas are instructing, you should follow it. And but the moment you understand the spiritual life, then the Veda Deshas are replaced by the spiritual masters. And to get the highest, the only human form of life is only suitable for achieving the love of God. It is neither available for the people who are suffering in the Naraka or people who are enjoying in the Swarga. So that's why everybody, the Swarga people and Naraka people, they want to take human form of life, so that they can develop they can adopt the process of developing the love of God, Krishna. And he said that he is the soul in everybody's heart, and if somebody can really see that, okay, Krishna is there in every body, heart, and he is the Supreme Lord, at that time the Hridaya Granthi will be cut into pieces. And he has given highest credit to his devotee is that If my devotee wants, he can go to the heavenly planet. If he wants liberation, he can take liberation. And if he wants to go to my abode, he can go. His choice. He is fully free to choose whatever he wants. He has given such a great. And then later he has given continuously, he talked about the path of Vedic process. Then he has talked about the Vairagya, detachment through the Avanti Brahmana story. And then he also talked about the Sankhya Tattva Nirupana he has done through the Avanti Brahmana. And then afterwards the negative effects of lady association, women association, he has discussed through Aila Gita. And then he has given elaborate note on the Archana Vidhi, how one should really worship Krishna, how to construct temples, how to maintain gardens, for how to cook for Krishna, how to do the Puja Vidhi. In that way he has given elaborate. So this Uddhava Gita is very enlightening, and till really we assimilate should keep on studying, praying and discussing with senior devotees, those who have released it. In that way, at one most opportune moment, one can really get into that, and that will come into heart. The moment it comes to your heart, you can be very sure that the next destiny is only spiritual one. So when Krishna has given this elaborate Uddhava Gita, the Uddhava became very happy, very satisfied, and he prayed to Krishna, and he circumambulated him thrice. And he fell down at the lotus feet and started crying. And it so happened that he even washed the feet of Krishna only by his tears. Tears of separation or tears of enjoyment, because he got the highest enlightenment. And then he took the paduka of Krishna and put it on his head, because he felt that now the paduka is only his association of Krishna. He took the padukas on his head, and then he left with a very, very heavy heart. He left the Badrikashrama. And it is told by Shukadeva Goswami that whoever accepts the Uddhava Gita with all seriousness, they will definitely, with all assurance, they will be liberated. In that way, the second story comes to conclusion.